What's up everybody and welcome back to my channel where I help black teens better understand and embrace their natural curly hair. In today's video, we're going over 5 secrets to starting a successful hair journey. I'm 2 years in. I know so many people who quit around month 3. They didn't see any progress. I'm going to give you all the tips that you're going to need to get you past that year mark and hopefully get you to that 2-year mark and that 3-year mark. And before you know it, you're going to have hair to your ankles. Trust me, bro, it's promise guaranteed. Before we get started, if you've been growing your afro out for a while and you need a little bit of extra help, I offer a free men's afro hair checklist going over the top 10 tips to take your afro to the next level. If that sounds interesting, it'll be one of the first links in the description. Go and cop it, bro. It's free. No tax, no little hidden fees or anything. It's free. It's a gift from me to you. Okay, go get it. As always, the timestamps will be down below so you can hop from one section to the next section at your convenience. And without further ado, let's get started. The first secret isn't even a secret at all. In fact, it's kind of obvious, but it's very important. Get an optimal haircut. Now listen, do not flood my comments with get a low taper, don't ever get a high fade. Okay, this ain't about that. Okay, you want to get a hairstyle that you can see yourself with long term. So all you low taper fanboys, you could hop out of the chat right now. Okay, this ain't about which haircut is the best haircut. Okay, please find the door. There's also another door for your convenience. The way I see it, there are 2 different types of haircuts that you can get. You can either get everything even, grow out all your hair at the same time, so all the hair around your head will be the same length, or you can get some type of undercut where the hair on the top is longer than the hair on the bottom. But there needs to be a clear distinction between the hair that you're growing out and the hair that you keep short. Trust me, there is nothing worse than you trying to do some type of hairstyle like cornrows or box braids or even a curly hair routine, and then there is a very clear mismatch or mismeasurement or whatever the word is, you know what I'm talking about, between your curls, where one curl is super long and one is very, very tiny that you can barely see it. You want it to be that the hair that you grew out is all the same length, and everything else like the haircut or the fade or the taper, you can do whatever you want to do with that, but you want to make sure that the hair that you grew is the same length. The second secret to starting a successful hair journey is to learn the basics. How does your hair actually grow? What products do what? Because I don't want to see anybody asking what's the best shampoo for hair growth. None of them. The purpose of shampoo is to clean your hair and scalp. So if you're looking for something to actually grow your hair, what you really need is something that's going to add moisture to your hair to help it retain its elasticity, help prevent breakage, and that will be something more along the lines of a leave-in conditioner or a deep conditioner or something like that. Learn the proper use or the proper responsibility. What's the word? I almost had it. The proper purpose of each product. There you go, I found it. I actually have a separate video that goes over the 5 products that you need when starting out your hair journey. If you're interested in that, I'll leave the link to that video right up here. Now, I'm not saying you need a PhD in hair growth or a certificate in Afrophysics, but it's really important that you understand what products do what so you can capitalize on their benefits. The last thing that I'll cover in this section is you really need to know 2 things about your hair type and your hair porosity. There are 4 hair types: straight, wavy, curly, and kinky/coily hair. I have type 4 hair, that's the coily hair. Type 3 is more of those loose curls, and that's really what this channel is about. So we're really covering type 3/4 hair. If you don't know what hair porosity is, don't worry. Hair porosity simply refers to your hair's ability to absorb and maintain moisture. And this is really important to know. In fact, I think hair porosity is more important than hair type because this is what's going to determine what hair products that you use or what hair products are going to work best on your hair. The third cheat code to achieving long hair or getting past the awkward stage in your hair journey is to learn how to moisturize your hair and your scalp. Moisture is super important when it comes to type 4 hair as it helps promote elasticity in the hair strand and this aids in length retention. So basically what that means is it's going to make it harder for the ends of your hair to snap off. And if the ends of your hair don't snap off that regularly or that often, it makes it easier for you to progress in your hair journey. There are a few moisturization techniques that you could find across the internet, but I find that there is nothing better than the LOC/LCO method. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to explain it really quickly. The LOC method is simply a layered moisturization technique in which you add products in succession. It's actually an acronym. The L stands for liquid, the C stands for cream, and the O stands for oil. So what's the difference between the LOC and the LCO? It's really just a rearrangement of when you add which product. So in the LOC, you add the liquid, then you add the oil, then you add the cream. And in the LCO, you'll add the liquid, then you'll add the cream, and then you'll add the oil. It really depends on your hair porosity, but if you want to learn more about that, I'll link to one of my other videos right up here. But why is it important to take care of your scalp as well? Well, think of your scalp like the rest of the skin on your body. What happens when you let it get dry? It begins to flake up. And those flakes lead to dandruff. So something that you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna oil your scalp 2 to 3 times a week. This is gonna help keep your scalp from becoming really dry and flaky, which is gonna prevent dandruff. And something that a lot of people don't know is those little flakes of dead skin cells can actually clog the hair follicle and make your hair grow slower. So yes, you're gonna wanna pay attention to your scalp in addition to your hair. But before we continue, it doesn't matter how long your hair is, you're not gonna look or feel like your best self if you do not invest into your skin. This is T. Shanley, their men's skincare brand that is dedicated to making it easier to look and feel like your best self. I've been using their products for over a month and they feel amazing, and they actually have this subscription service so that when you run out, you could actually have a new set delivered straight to your door on a monthly basis. If you get the level 1 system like I did, you'll get a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, and 2 moisturizers, one for the evening and one for the morning. It also comes with this card that has a full morning and night routine, so you don't have to waste time trying to build your own. If that sounds interesting and you want to start taking better care of your skin, you can use my affiliate link down in the description and you'll actually get 30% off your first order. And now, back to the video. The 4th secret to starting a successful hair journey is to have a good routine. There's 2 routines that you're going to need to build: a wash day routine and a weekly routine. A good wash day routine will achieve 3 things. It will clean your hair so your scalp is free of any buildup or dirt that may have accumulated throughout the week. It should detangle your hair so that you can do any type of style that you want, whether it be a curly hair routine or getting braids or something like that. Your hair should be detangled so it's easy to achieve that style. And it should moisturize your hair. It should make sure that your hair has enough moisture to survive the entire week. Now, a weekly routine is everything that you're doing in between wash days. So this can be something as simple as wearing a do-rag or a bonnet every night when you go to sleep, or oiling your scalp every 2 to 3 days, or refreshing your curls in the morning. And the purpose of a weekly routine, I want you to hear this very clearly. The purpose of a weekly routine is to extend or maximize the time between wash days. So basically what that means is if you have a good weekly routine, it should extend the time. You shouldn't need to wash your hair for a good while. So the good benchmark is between like 5 to 7 days. You don't want to wash your hair every 2 to 3 days. That's going to dry your hair out. So about once a week. I'm really trying to hammer this home, but a good weekly routine reduces the need for you to wash your hair frequently. So yeah, a good wash day routine should help you clean your hair, moisturize your hair, detangle your hair, and a good weekly routine should extend the amount of time in between those wash days. If you're struggling with building a consistent hair routine, hell, if you're just struggling with the awkward stage in general, I strongly suggest that you check out my newest course, Escaping the Awkward Stage, where I give you the step-by-step blueprint to building your own hair routine. And not only that, I give you a solid plan to escape the awkward stage within your first year of hair growth. If that sounds interesting, I'll leave a link to that in the description. I strongly suggest that you go and check it out. The final secret to starting a successful hair journey is to have the right mindset. I know we hear it all the time, but this is really going to be the foundation of your hair journey, and it's going to be the reason that you don't quit. So I'm going to show you the secret that kept me from just saying screw it and cutting off all my hair and going to waves or some other hairstyle. Do not focus on the results. Focus on building the habits that are going to produce results. So I know that sounded like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but let me explain it like this. Don't set a goal like, I want my hair to be 3 inches in 6 months. Instead, switch your focus and say, what do I need to do so that my hair can grow healthily and quickly in those 6 months? Because in reality, we could do all these things like wearing a bonnet or deep conditioning every week. But at the end of the day, it's your body that decides how much hair it's going to produce in the certain amount of time. And no matter how much vitamins or water that you drink, it's still your body that's going to decide that. You don't necessarily have direct control over how fast your hair grows. So the number one thing that you do have control over is the practices and the habits that you put in place to help that journey go by smoothly. And there you have it. Those were 5 secrets to starting a successful hair journey. But before you go, let's do a little quick recap to reinforce what we've learned. First, we talked about getting an optimal haircut, something that you could see yourself with long term. Then we talked about learning the basics, making sure you know what products do what so you can capitalize on their benefits. We also talked about the importance of learning how to moisturize your hair, as it's going to help promote elasticity in the hair strand and help you prevent breakage. Then we talked about building a consistent routine. You're going to need a wash day routine and a weekly routine. A wash day routine is supposed to help you clean, detangle, and moisturize your hair, whereas a weekly routine is supposed to extend the amount of time in between wash days. And lastly, we stressed the most important thing that you need when starting your hair journey is the right mindset. Focus less on the results and focus more on the habits that you're implementing so that you can achieve those results. If you found any value in this video, please give it a like. It really helps the algorithm bring these videos to the right people. A subtle reminder to check out that men's Afro hair checklist. It'll be one of the first links in the description and it's completely free. And whilst you're down there, check out Tiege Hanley. Their skincare products are phenomenal and they're dedicated to us. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below in the comments, or you can reach out to me through Instagram, which I'm very active on. I'll leave the links to all my socials down in the description. If you enjoy the content and you would like to support me, I offer masculine bonnets so that other guys can feel comfortable protecting their natural curly hair. And I also offer these satin lined hoodies so you can protect your hair and look drippy at the same time. If that sounds interesting, I'll leave the link to those in the description. Thank you so much for the support. And if you like this video, you might actually like this one, so I advise you check it out. That's all for me, and I'll see you next time.